All right, guys. Welcome to the Rouse the World live stream. I want to make sure, guys, here. I've been getting a lot of um, people saying about the volume on my channel. So what I did, I cranked up the volume. I believe as high as it can go. Let me make sure here. I don't think I could go any higher than that. It says it's at 100%. You guys should be able to hear me pretty good. I'll make sure that I talk a little bit louder. All right, guys. Welcome to the Rouse the World live stream. I want to make sure, guys, here. Okay, I was just testing it out just to make sure everything sounded right. That sounds pretty loud to me, so y'all should be able to hear me pretty good. All right, so let me see here. Let's go ahead and take that down there. Yep. All right, and so what are we doing today, guys? I'm gonna practice here how I learned to draw bodies. Okay, so uh, we're gonna develop our new motto here for the day, and I was watching this on actually on YouTube last night. I was following another artist, and excuse me, the way that they think about it is very interesting because it was saying that, you know what, I don't teach how to draw, but rather I share with you how I learn. And I think that that's the way that I'm going to be start approaching the channel in my own mentality, because in essence that's what I'm doing. A lot of times I'll get on here. I'm not here to show you how cool I can draw. I'm here to show you like how I learn to draw things. So hopefully you can look at my progress as an artist, and then you can say, well, it must be something to the way that he's learning this because of the way that the artwork is improving. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how we're gonna approach this from here on out. Okay, so you might see me going to some things that I'm not fully comfortable with drawing, and that's okay because this is how you learn, right? And I can teach you how to fish, right? They say you can teach a person you can give a person a fish, right? Or you can teach them how to fish. And then your most powerful weapon, or the most powerful thing to use when you are teaching is your testimony, what you personally went through, what you personally experienced. And then hopefully through that sharing of that will motivate others. So let's go ahead and take off. What am I going to be doing today? Well, I'm going to be doing more of this pillow stuff, right? So I'm going to pull up over here. Actually, let me take my music off here. I got my music down here. All right, and I'm going to go over here to these little pillows right here. And I'm going to start by kind of warming up and drawing these, because these are, kind of how I'm learning to draw the body a little bit better. Um, my earlier videos didn't concentrate as much on this, and drawing the bodies and stuff like that. I kept kind of almost always drawing the faces, so I decided I wanted to take off and draw some learn how to draw the anatomy. This way I can open up the range of what I can share on YouTube. So anyway, according to this, what I need to do here is I need to establish boxes to tell me which way the body is turning. So let's say if the chest area is facing this way. Okay, and hold on a minute. I think that my brightness might be up a bit high here. Let me see, so you guys can let me see what I can do to repair that. Okay. Yeah. I gotta turn this brightness down some. No, it's not the brightness. It might be the gain. Now that looks a little bit cloudy. These cameras cannot. These cameras are all right, but I definitely am gonna look into getting different cameras, because I don't like the way that they sometimes. I just turn on my sharpness just a bit. And let me make sure my caricatures will stand out good here. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Let me see. Let's turn up the contrast just a bit. There we go. And there we go. We should be pretty good. I'll try to press a little bit harder. But either way, what we're doing is we're drawing these boxes, right? And this is going to represent kind of the chest area, and then down here, this is going to represent the bottom half of the box. So we'll draw whatever angle we want the box to be at on the bottom, or the hip line, right? So something like this. And then once we understand, well, actually, you can see the top of that box there. So let's go back. Let's go back, Harry. All right. Let's draw the top of the box so that we can see which way the box is going. And then we'll draw the side of the box. That makes more sense, right? And then around that box, then I'll draw some little pillows, right? On the side. Hold on. So we'll draw a pillow here. And you can see how this pillow is kind of bending and folding and being malleable to this box, or to these boxes. And then you have like a little center line of the pillow shape. So with this, you know, I notice also how he has these direction lines kind of flowing around the box, like almost like these 3D lines going around the shape. And so it really helps to see that when the body is doing all this kind of stuff like this. So I like to draw these with purpose, so I don't do a lot of sketching of them. So I'm just gonna again try some different box shapes here. Okay, this one here might be facing down a little bit. Okay, and then this one might be facing, I think which side of the box is easiest to draw first. Maybe the side that gives the direction of the box. Usually it's going to be the upper side or the underside. So this one right here worked a lot better. So you can see the box is kind of, the front of the body is going this way, and the other side of the body is kind of going that way, right? And then here you'll see, again, we got our little pillow. These are the little points of the pillow. Did I mess that up? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. So let me erase that. Let's go around the back of the pillow here. Around the back here. And then the legs kind of point out here. And then it's got like a little bit of a hoof there. Then it goes around these boxes here. And then around to the bottom of this box. And then it has like the little lines here. So that's cool, because then the body can kind of go this way, right? All right, let me see. Hey, Cheris, good morning. How are you today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let me see here. So let's see if we can just do some random ones then. Let me see here. So let me see. What if my body was going this way? And what if it was, this is the top of the box, and what if it was going that way, so that the box is going this way? So you really can see a little bit of the underside here, just a little bit, and then this side right here goes like that. So now I'd have to draw this. No, can't do that. This will be the upper side, the front side. This will be the underside here. Here. And then maybe another little fold here. And so the head would be coming out right here. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so how could we translate that into like a body shape? Okay, again, so we'll look at the. Now I could just draw like a little pillow, right? Just what do I want my pillow to be doing? Hey, look, you see this right here? This pillow automatically translates into something. So let's just say you just add uh, some little arms here, right? And it looks like uh oh, it looks like a little hand just coming out. Let me see. One, four. Oh, that's a big hand right there, golly. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna draw the box in the hand and then do like that. Maybe we can. Yeah, that's still too. That still seems too big. I'll go smaller than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And a little box there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you just kind of connect it together, right there. And then you can just draw the bottom of the box, kind of like this, and your little legs, and your little feet, right? So maybe what might help us, I think, what I think would help us a lot. Go to Pinterest. I like to learn from Pinterest a lot because Pinterest has all different types of ways. Actually, this is where I saw this at, and then it was very enlightening for me. So I decided to incorporate it into my arsenal. And as I get warmed up a little bit more, it'll be more apparent to me what I am doing. Let's get some body positionings here. Okay, let me see. What's this? I'm just trying to find some that are a little bit I'm trying to find some that are a little, that's going to challenge me a little bit. What about these? These look good. Let me see. I don't know. These got all these guns in there. I don't want all these guns in there. I just want to draw some action. Hey, look, Deadpool. Save image. Save. Let's see what we can do with that. Look, they got like a bunch of different Deadpool ones, right? So let's say we're drawing this one. I don't know. Let me see if I can do that. Can I do that? All right. I'm gonna try it today, ain't I? Let me see. I'm gonna make a fool. I'm gonna make a fool out of me. A fool. Let me see. So this is. Check it out. So this is what we'll do here. Okay. And I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw it small. So this is the way the body is going here. No, actually, it's not going that way. The body is not going that way. It's the top. You see what I'm doing? I'm not following the rules. I'm not following the rules. The rules say that the top of the body is doing this number here, right? And then the hips are somewhere. Let me see. The hips are somewhere down here. Doing. Maybe they're kind of straight actually. Maybe my hips are really kind of straight like this. So it's like you can see the top of the box here, and then you can see the bottom of the box here. So now we can see the hips in relation to. So now if I'm pillowing it out, let me see, it would be like this here. Something like that. and then something like that. So this would be like the way the body is going. Let me see. Maybe I should just do it like, this is a hard position to draw. Well, I'm not gonna say that. You gotta watch language, right? Okay, I think I was able to kind of get it, right? So you see how the body is kind of turned that way. So these are the sides of my box, and then this is the top. And then he got his little guidelines here. But I think that the torso is pretty okay. Not too bad, right? And then here, you can see that my head is kind of in the torso. So I would want to draw something like this, maybe. I don't think I'm that far off, right? Man, that looks kind of grayish. But for YouTube, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my own draw. Hold on a second, guys. I think I still got too much light in there. What do you guys think? How's that picture look to you guys? All right, let me see here. What about brightness? How's that going to help me? Just a little bit less bright. And apply it. Okay. All right. I think I turned down the brightness just a little bit. Okay. And then we got his little shapes here. I always try to look for the little oh, look at that. I got it. Okay. Now look. So what I'm gonna do now is I can see my arm. I'm gonna go with my. Let's go back here. Let's go back. Look at the picture. Okay. So my leg that's having all the action put on it is this leg. So I would have to. This is my torso. So my leg is doing like this into this knee, and then it's going like this some kind of way, and then it's going into this it's going into that leg right there, right? I don't think that's too bad, right? Maybe boom boom. Let me see, maybe I could put a little bit more length on it though. It looks like it's kind of short, right? Let me see here. Let's go down a little bit more into this knee joint, and then we'll come here, and then again we're going to go wrap around the outside, count for the big toe, come around the inside. Is that the, and then it's like here, it looks like the ankle is right there and right here, and then I just put my calf muscle, which is coming from behind the knee, down, and then it's coming like this and down. So I think that didn't come out too bad. Let me see. All right, hold on. All right, now let me see here. Let's go with the other leg. What's our other leg doing? So this is the other side of the torso. Okay, the leg is kind of going like this here. It's kind of coming beneath that leg, and then it's going into the ball, and then it's going backwards from there. So then I can see my other leg kind of doing like this. Okay, so that's not too bad. I think that this foot needs to be bigger. I think it needs to be a little bit more dynamic, like a little bit more stretched out, right? Let me see. Maybe like that. Okay, and then you got. Let me see. And it doesn't have that look in the middle like I want. Let me see. So this is the torso. Okay, I need to put more girth on that leg there, and then bring this leg out a little bit more, out like this, into this. No, this is supposed to come down some more, so it's really beneath that knee, but it's not as thick as this leg. It's just down there. Then you got your kneecap, and then you got this part going that way from the kneecap. Okay, then it's going up here, then it's coming down here, and then it's going into the ball of the foot, coming around, and then it's going back up. So it's close, right? It's close. Okay. Now I think what's going on here, this box, I didn't make it big enough, so this part right here is not like it's not flowing like I want to. And then I might have I think I might slightly have it turn. I'm thinking the box is forward though, right? I think it's forward. It's just that more of the box is going to be for this part of the body, and then more and less of it's going to be on this side. Okay. So I think that's kind of what I want to do right there. Okay. So I think that's okay, right? All right, now let me see if I can attack these arm shapes. Okay, so the arm is going to obviously come from this side of the box. So I'm going to draw the top of the arm here. Okay, and it's not really showing the back of the arm. It's just coming off here, and then it's coming off into an elbow. The elbow is out here. And that's kind of far. Maybe I didn't have enough angle on that box either. So FYI for next time, just make sure that I put more. But let's get it like this first, and then figure out which way it's going like that. And then here we'll have the edge of our hand, and then we got his little gun he's holding right there. All right. Let me see. Then it's going inside of the gun shape like that, so it's like this. It should be more higher up. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll put this, and then the ball of it comes around, and then we'll come down here to the elbow, come around, and then we can add some more of those muscles and stuff in there. So what's happening here too, I think that okay, again, that box is not turned where I want it, so it's like it's kind of off a little bit. You know, you can see your shoulder right there, but had I made it a little bit less out here like this, and then curved it like about right here, and made the pillow shape about right there, that might fix that situation a little bit. Okay. And then let me see. So you got that shoulder muscle kind of coming around. Then you got your bicep, right? Then you got this part in the front here that looks okay. And we got like his little sword back here somewhere. Let me see. Okay. All right. And let me see here. Now we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna try to tackle this back arm. This arm back here. So let's blow it up so we can see it a little bit more. So we can see a piece of the chest. We can see the arm kind of coming off, and I think too, this arm is literally, if I'm looking at it like a box shape, it looks like the arm is coming from the top of the box and the side of the box, which is kind of why I'm not seeing it. So it looks like it's coming from here, and it's coming from here, and this is the side of the box here. Can you see it? So now it looks a little bit more like he has a little shoulder shape there. He doesn't have, Deadpool really never had big biceps like that, but I just overemphasize it a little bit. Okay, and in the bottom part, the bend is more into the muscle, and then it comes a little bit further back here. Okay, I think that works. All right, let me see here. So now we want to get that, and we want to get our bicep in there. Okay, and we can see that the elbow is kind of behind this, and then it's kind of protruding out over here. And then we can see he's holding a sword here. So let me see if I can. I've never held a sword before, but I think it goes something like this, right? Let's go ahead and bring the edge of our sword kind of out here. It's coming out this way. And then let's see what we got here. And then it's kind of coming back here above the head shape. So this will be a sword right here. Okay. I don't think that came out too bad. Let me see. Then, let me see. We can see the top of the hand. And then we got this. Looks like a little muscle coming out here. And then it goes back into our shape here. All right. So only thing I think would be, the only place I think is different where it's off. I think this is off in here. Okay. So I like the way the legs come off, but I'm thinking that the box is showing more of this, and then it's getting bigger kind of as it goes out here. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I think it's showing here. So this is the side of the box that would be showing more. Or actually it's getting smaller as it goes toward the back of the body. So the box is turned like this. Therefore, giving me more room to do like this. And it needs to be smaller than the actual waistline. So somewhere around here. Okay, there we go. And then our pillow is coming around into this shape here. So it's going around here, up underneath the box, the top box, and then it's coming down here. And this would have been the little peg of the pillow. You see? So see how the waist is a little bit more turned when you use that way. All right? So everything here would have been a little bit different. So it would have been here, it would have been here, and then it would have been here, here, and here, and then around here like that. And then this would have been the front of the box here, the side. So it's a little bit off, but that's his little belt, right? And then his little guns, and then we got this right here. These are the action lines for the clothes, right? Something like that. And let me see. I think it came out pretty cool. Okay, so then we'll erase everything in the inside and see what it looks like. I think it's not too bad to say that this is. I'm learning this for the first time, so yeah. So there we got a picture. We just recreated that body shape, and again, this is just this goes with all of this goes with learning, right? After you do it so many times, and you'll get it down, and no artist is going to learn without doing this. I don't care, there's some things I could just draw straight to the board and just be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I've drawn it so many times, I'm comfortable with it. But certain positions and certain things like this, I've never drawn anything like this before. So now what you want to do then is you want to come back over here. Let me sharpen my pencil. Okay, and then you want to make your corrections. So now we know that our box position is going to be very key to this, where you're seeing the side of this box we're seeing it kind of like this. And then it's going down and it's doing like that. A little bit more dynamics in it. And then here, I wonder if I just draw the actual pillow the way it is, let's forget the box thing. Maybe that's, let me see. What if I just do this? This is the pillow. This is the back of the pillow. This is the top of the pillow. this is the waist of the pillow here, like this. All right. What if I just do that? So this is like where it bends like that. And then I just do like this and get it like a light gesture of it like this. Then I come over here. And I don't know, let me see. Would this whole leg be shown like this? This would be like a light gesture of it. And then like this. Just loosen up a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. I'm drawing too tight. And then like this. So we got like a little light situation. We're going to add a little bit of lightness. Right? So, but still it doesn't make sense in regards to the pillow shape at the bottom. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so something like this. Well, will it just not make sense no matter what when I do that? Because this actually is the front side. You know what? This is what I'll do. Check this out. Oh boy. Let's look at it like this. All right, hold on. Why am I sitting here beating my head up against the wall, right? No, sir. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna show you how to cheat. Well, not cheat, but not all the way follow the rules, right? Let me take a picture of it. This is another way that I learned how to do stuff. Boom. So I took the picture of it, right? Check this out. So once I had the picture, let's go back here. Right? Watch this. So we got our pencil, right? So now we can see the way the pillow is going by doing this. Okay, you see? So that's where I was kind of messing up with. So let's go back again. All right. So the pillow this is the top of the pillow here. This is the other side of the pillow here. Boom. Then here comes around. Wait. Dude, wait, what's going on here? Okay. Come back here, come over here. And this is the bottom of it here. So it's like a whole bunch of curves and bends. And I think that's what it was going on. You see here, now once I had the pillow in there, then I can come off the pillow with the V shape. Okay, so that's where I was messing up at. So this is the pillow, and this is center line. This is the action line of the body. So this is all wrong here. That's why I didn't line up right. Okay, so let's back up. Let's erase all this out. See if we can make some improvements on it. Okay. All right, so we'll come back and we'll just do a light little sketch of our pillow here. So now we can see the pillow is doing like this, and then there's another bend, and then there's another bend, and this is like a huge part of the pillow right here. This is like, and you know what these are starting to look like to me? Actually, instead of pillows, they look like Pokemons. They're starting to look like Pokemon dolls. Can you see the Pokemon? Right? And then what's happening here is I'm going here, coming down, adding this and then coming around from this side and adding this. And this is the inner, the line is coming through here and through here. So this would be like the action of the drawing. So once I have that line, then I can kind of see that this is my arm here, and then this is kind of going this way a little bit. Then it comes out like that. And then this is going to represent the inside of the inside of the thigh. So now I'm coming down a little bit here to it's a little bit looser now. And then I can draw my leg coming back the way it's supposed to go from that joint, right? You can see the leg wrap around here and come out. And that's the front of the leg. And then you see right? And the tall side of the boot here, underside, and then into the toe. And then here we'll come from the back side of our calf muscle, come around, and then this comes down off the leg. We got another piece of, this is really a little bit higher up than that. Okay, now that makes a little bit more sense, right? And then it's coming down here and then around. Okay. So now we can see our, in relation to our line, our head is more like straight up like this. So now we can see our, let me see. We can just do like a straight line here to the, let's say that this is the, there we go. And then it goes up here from that joint. And then it goes to the hand like that. And then to this. And then up here like that. You see, so I think this gesture looks like a lot, it's starting to get a lot smoother, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that this is definitely, I don't want to make this hip too big. I just want to keep it kind of good size and come around. But yeah, initially once you see it that way. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use another sheet of paper, okay? Because I think this has gotten a little messy here. And then so now let's see if we can do it. Let's just do the loose interpretation. That's Pokemon. Okay, and then remember we're finding our action line. So our Pokemon pillow is being drawn. This is the bottom of it, and it's coming in here. Oh, and it's coming around the back of it. So the pillow, it's this part of the Pokemon. You have to think about it like 3D space. So this is the top of the body. This is where the head would come from. This is the back shoulder. And then we got to make sure that when we draw this ear, that this ear appears to be bigger. And then it comes around. So let's practice that torso a couple times, okay? See that right there? And then here we got the other side of we got this little piece right here telling us, well, which way the other leg is going. So the leg is flowing that way. And then we can see here, based off our center line, this would be like the belt. So let's just, like I said, let's practice that part. Okay. Now, also, another thing is, okay, so let's practice that again. till we get comfortable with it. Now, and then the bottom of the Pokemon here. Okay, and then at the bottom of the Pokemon, this would be where our belt line kind of goes to the bottom of the pillow. You know what I'm trying to do here is solve the issue of the you see how you can see the shoulders of it too. If you think about it like big fluffy, you see how it kind of accounts for the shoulders here. Isn't that something cool, right? Because we can see once it accounts for the shoulder muscle, then we can see that from the ear shape where everything is flowing. So we can see our arm going this way, and then we can see our arm flowing out that way, and then we can see this arm kind of come in here, and then this arm kind of going here, right? So we can see where our joints are kind of in relation to each other, right? And actually, I don't know if this, I guess it would be kind of to the inside, and then this would be kind of straight down like this, and then like that, and then this goes out like that. So you can see the, right? I wonder if there's another way we could. Yeah, let's stay with the way we're working with. Okay, so let's try it again. Mm-hmm. Okay. But the issue that I'm having is I want to figure out how in the heck. I know what I can do. All right, watch this. The issue is the waistline for me. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can draw this Pokemon but extend it to where I don't have to worry about breaking off to make this part of the drawing here. You know what I mean? So I want to do like this. Maybe if I make another one like this and go like that, then I can cut it off and do like that. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Yes. So you see what I'm saying? I didn't want to have to break it off and make it its own independent piece. And then it makes it, yeah. Now you see how that works out a little bit better. So if we go up here again, let's see if we can. Okay, big. Then we go 1, 2, 3, and if we add a fourth one, and then we go around and go. Then we go around. What if we just go one big line down there? And then we have this part here. No, I'm still, hold up. Hey, this is the process of this is the process of learning, huh? Okay, let's see here. Mm, mm, Three, one, two. No, I'm gonna go from the bottom of the pillow up first. Okay, this is what I need. I don't need to do. Let's make it as one big shape. I want to solve this problem. Yeah, I think that'll work. One. Let me see. See if I can shortcut that. I would pick an angle that really is kind of gut wrenching, right? But so what, right? Like that. That's a lot simpler too. This one, and then we can see the. Coming off like that. I wonder if this would be a lot easier to do if I would have. Let me see. I seen this other way with Rogdon that he did this way. Right, let me see. I guess maybe finding the. And we'll get into some caricatures here in a minute, guys. I just want to get this part now. Let me see. Okay. So one, two, three, two. All right. maybe I don't want to draw it straight down, and it is coming straight down. That still don't look right to me. I think the first one I did was by far the best one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think that one looks pretty good. When you learn how to draw the body in these crazy poses, once you figure out a system or a method, that's how I learned how to draw faces. I just started learning. I just think about it in another way, and then teach myself to think about it in another way than the way that that my mind can kind of wrap around, and then just go with it like that, right? Yeah. So I like that. I like that. I like the way that one came out. That one's not too bad either. Okay. But I still would like to see a little bit more dynamics to it. But you know, maybe if I thought about it like maybe like a piece of paper. Let me see. Let me see. Maybe a piece of paper. How would that come out? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Uh-huh. Maybe like a wide sheet of paper. Like a wide piece of paper, isn't that something? That way it looks that way it's kind of cool too. So the pillow one works for certain positions for me. For this position right here, it just really wasn't, I don't know, clicking for me for the way that I wanted it to. And maybe it'll take some time for me to see. I guess with this angle, what it is because I'm seeing a lot more of the top of the pillow than the bottom. that it's making it more difficult to see it from that position. Maybe if I just keep it simple like that. Maybe I'm just doing it too. Maybe I'm making it too complicated, right? Let's see. Okay. Joy is my life. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Flame Rock? Yeah, I want you guys to see the humanity in the browser. Let's try another position. Maybe it's one that's not so freaking hard. Gee whiz. All right. Let's see. What about that one looks like I think I could pull that off. Then again, these are like really crazy poses to pull off. Let me see here. Let me put my head here. Oh, you know, maybe if we put the head, and then we come with the maybe the extremities first, right? Let's see if we can pull it off first. We put the extremities. And maybe if we could see the extremities in relation to each other. Right? And then we can incorporate the all of this pillow stuff into it, right? So if we look at here, we can see our joints and stuff right here. We can see our joints out here. We see our joints up here, right? We see our little sword over here, right? And then what can we see here? We could see our what else can we see here? We can see the pillow kind of unfolding between those shapes. Ah, yes. And then we come out here, and then we got this going here. So this is the forearm. Maybe this way will work differently for this one. I think because these are a lot more comic-y, is the word I'm looking for. This bone is flowing into the top of the foot here, so it's coming around and right. So this is like the bottom of the foot here, and then it looks like he has a bottom of a foot here too, like that, and like this little piece right here. This is a little big. Ah, yes. Okay, so let me see. This is a knee, and that knee is like right here, right above that, right lined up with the head. And then we got another knee that's lined up with the shoulder almost. So we got one that's down here. That's crazy. So we got two knees, and we got this is flowing into this leg here, and then it's kind of coming from behind that leg around and down, right? And then this is flowing from the hand. So let's say our pillow here doesn't have a lot of, because he's stretched out, so it's not going to have a lot of curves in it. So this is kind of going here, and this is going here. Oh, and then we have our butt like underneath here. So his butt is literally connecting these 2 feet together. So we can see this is going on here, and it's like a little line here. And then we can come up here to the, now, okay, so now we connect this and we come around that knee joint. And what can we see? We can pretty much see the underside of this. And then we see like a little thing here. Right? And then we see the calf muscle. So you got the foot just to kind of come up a little bit here, come up around that knee. It's flat around the top of the knee here. And it's literally, there's literally a line from this knee coming down like this. And then it's flowing out like this into that shape. And then it's coming over here and doing something like this. Now we can see the elbow here, which the elbow was actually a little bit closer to the head shape. So it'd be more like about right here. And then we connect it here. And we got the head coming that way. Got the shoulder muscle coming across here. All these coming in. Right? Oh, now back here, what's going on here is all wrong. I need to come out, get that lat muscle in there, and then come down into the leg, foot part. Might be a little bit wide there. Maybe this foot needs to go out a little bit further. Okay. And then this back part of the leg needs to come out a little bit more. And this needs to go more toward the front of the foot too. So I need to bring this in some. There we go. And then now when we bring this down, it'll look a little bit more. Yeah, like that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that one came out a lot more, a lot smoother, right? I think. Right. And then it goes in and around and up and high point, straight across the back of the hand. And then it looks like off of here needs to be a little bit more straight up and then into this shape here. Okay. And then I can't really make out the hand, how he did that there, but I think I can. I think what he did is it kind of is wrapping around that gun, and then it's coming here, and so we could see the gun coming out here like that. All right, and I think we got it. There we go. So I think that position came out pretty good. Not too bad. This one right here, a little bit longer. Maybe a little bit closer to the butt. Maybe I might need to add a little bit more length on that foot, where it comes a little bit more down like this. And what I'm seeing here is the actual underside of the foot. So I gotta be sure that I get that in that shin is like curved a little bit, and then it's like this little piece on the end. Okay, I think so we got that part coming down from the front of the leg, and then it's going to this part of the leg, comes around, and goes like this. So not too bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Okay. The thick thin line with the Sharpie. Oh, this one here. This one. Yeah. So this way, I kind of approached it a little bit differently, because when you're drawing a when you're drawing the one with the pillow shape, right? What I didn't, what I didn't get was uh, that sometimes it's going to flow a little bit differently. So I still have to get used to this idea, because this is really stretched out, that the pillow's not going to have a lot of bends in it. And so I've been learning to draw it with more bends and stuff. And I'll touch on the thick thin thing with the Sharpie in just a minute. Okay, so something like this. And then this is like, let me see. See how this comes in like this. So you know what? I think maybe if I make them simpler, I think because I'm so bent on this idea of putting those little arms on the pillow, that it's messing me up. So instead of doing the arms on it, what I'll do is just draw the pillow itself as a pillow. But you don't have to draw the little edges on the pillow. You can come back and put your arms and those shapes, later, as you get what I'm saying. So then I can understand the dynamics of it a little bit better here, because you can see the back muscle here. You can see this is where the other leg comes off. So now we can see this under part here, and then we can see how it's kind of coming down here and then here, and then to the underside of the foot. You see how more, it's like a little coffin shape. All right, I'm gonna take a look at you in just a second, Cherish. Yeah, you see, I think that's what it is. I think that I was so bent on doing the so that's something that I learned not to do today. Is not, I don't have to draw those little. You see how this looks a little bit more, it looks like a little bit more flowy. This looks a little bit more, you know what I mean? Okay, so anyway, let's see what we got here. Let's look at what Cherish sent real quick. I'm gonna go here to my, see what you shared real quick. Also, guys, if you feel like you're benefiting from the, ooh, look at there. I like that one, Cherish. That one came out real nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that. Can you, oh wait, let me see. So this is the one Cherish sent in, right? So this one was Oh, that was this one. Man, that came out real nice, Cherish. Okay. I see you. I totally see you. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, that's the same kind of pose right there. Right. You know what? I like the way you did that because what you did, right? You kind of almost, I can see where it looks like you gestured the outside here and you got the predominant curves here, kind of like you did kind of like you did this almost. You said boom, boom, and then you went boom, and then you went boom, and you kind of put them all together like a motion. And so then you came over here and you put this in there. I like the way that looks right there because it's like you see how it's gestured differently? That came out real smooth. I like that, Cherish. Yeah, real nice. We're going to toy with that one. Now this one, yeah, I see it. Let's see which one that is. That's this. Let's see. Was that the one we were just doing? Yeah, that was the one we were just doing. That was this one. Well, Rebecca, how are you today? First of all, welcome to the stream. I'm going to tell you, cartoon art, practicing knowing the anatomy. Now, most of the time, you're not going to see me draw a picture when I'm doing caricature. Okay, my drawings are going to be a lot less, detailed. So if I was doing this, again. I like the way she did that because she just kind of captured the overall idea of everything. Just putting the major curves of the body almost like you know what I mean. That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So it helps you to see. It helps you to gesture to pose, and less moves. You know what I mean? It helps us to see the picture in less with less complication. What does it feel like the person is doing right before we start drawing? And that was and that's really what with caricature, Rebecca, it's practicing this is going to help your caricature drawing out tremendously because you're going to start thinking, uh, if you are drawing caricature. I don't know if you're drawing caricature, but it's really up to the artist. What do you like to draw more? If you like cartoons, then either or drawing in general is going to help you to polish that other concept up. My caricature drawing helps. I teach a lot of caricature drawing online with my different students, and some of them are portrait artists, but understanding caricature help their portraits because then they can learn to look for. They can add enhancements to pictures that like for me, I like to draw like beautified pictures. You know what I mean? So I want everything to be. I want things to be beautiful, right? So I try to beautify most of my pictures. You know what I mean? It's all up to the artist. Isn't that crazy? So how much quicker this comes out when you think about it like this. Look at that. Um, and this is again how you this is how you learn. Okay, you don't. There's no such thing as this artist that um, just all of a sudden they just knew how to draw everything. This is a much looser interpretation. Like somebody asked me to do a Deadpool at work or something, this might be a lot looser of an idea, right? But then once you have this, then you can begin to put, like, I like to put like circles around my guy, and this will start giving me an idea of dimension and all that kind of stuff. Right here, we got his little knife out there, so we can see what he's doing. We got his gun in there, right? We got it. Okay. We got his little eyes in there, right? So yeah, that. I guess that's the short answer, Rebecca. If you're thinking about which one is the best, is we're a tie, because I like to draw cartoons, but I prefer that over. I prefer definitely prefer cartoons over realistic stuff. It just doesn't pan out for me. Man, that's crazy. Okay. Oh, okay, awesome. And now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get into some caricatures now. I think we done stayed on the bodies enough. Look. So just practice this. You know what I mean? Practice it. The best way to take away from these particular drawings is, I think, to again learn gesture. What does it feel like the body is doing overall? You know, and then you can more put the body together when you see it this way. So that's and I'm definitely gonna toy with this concept a little bit more, because this is something that another artist was telling me the other day, and I was like, what are you talking about? But if you think about it like this, then you can always come back and clean it up. And so I'm so used to drawing the picture with just what I want the first time, and so I get spoiled. I get spoiled when I don't have that. You know what I mean? When I can't do it that way, then it makes me mad because I'm perfect in every way. Wait, this elbow is not as big as that. What is that? You know what I mean? Looks like he's kind of tilting his head this way a little bit. Because I'm perfect in every way. That's a funny little picture. Okay. All right. So let's go to the caricature thing. So you guys want to do some caricatures? Let's do some caricatures, man. All right, let's just find some faces to draw. We'll just find some faces. All right, let's see here. Let's look up round faces, natural hairstyles, art references. Face. Let's go faces. FAC. FAC. Faces. We got some faces here. Okay, I went in there. All right, so let's check this out. Let's just get some faces here. Let's get a face. Let's start with this one. So we're gonna make a cartoon out of his face. Okay. All right, guys, and also if you feel like you're benefiting from the stream today, thank you, man. Tips are appreciated. Tips are appreciated. Tips are appreciated. You can do so through Cash App. You can do so through Super Chat. If you don't know what our Cash App is at the top of your screen. I should have pinned. I think I pinned it up there. If I didn't, let me see. Did I pin it? Yeah, here we go. There we go. And let me pin So you can see it right there. All right. Okay. Okay. And don't forget, guys, if you have not checked out my TikTok, go back over there and check out TikTok. And that's where I just post my that's where I post my caricature reveals and my thoughts about life and the things I don't know about life. I post all those things too. But again, I'm just the way that I teach myself is to say it right on TikTok. This way, when when I go back and listen to it, I'd be like, dang it, I said that. That's absolutely right. I said that. I know the right way to go, right? All right, so let's look at this guy real quick. All right. Really cool way I like to do this. All right, let's get it in there, Harry. I like to outline my feature zone first, right? Whatever the middle of the face is. All right, I could use big eyes, I could use small eyes. If I want to use a smaller eye, I'll just make the big circles first, and then I might go with a smaller shape in the inside. But let me see. With this guy, I guess I can go with it. Maybe I'm gonna go with the big eye and see what it comes out like. Okay, once I have that, then I start kind of what is my expression on this guy, right? What is my expression? Oh, this little shape right here is like my little. This shape right here is like my little. I call it my Under Armour sign, or my hashtag dad life. Yes. Okay, and then I just kind of I don't know, just put my nose in there somewhere like this, right underneath that box. It tells me where the nose attaches to, right? Now, I could do this here. I could once I have this is the cool part about it. I can come here from this box and I can see where everything goes, right? He has a round head, so I should have went more like that. There we go. All right. And then I can start bringing in all of my features. This is a very cartoon way of doing it, right? I don't really care about the eyes at this point because I'll get to that part. Okay. So we can see all this is going to be his mustache, beard, whatever have you. Right? Let's say we give him a neck here. And if you guys haven't seen my thing, the half body caricature, the real easy to do, is to think of your shoulders as these little triangles sitting. Picture two triangles sitting on your shoulder. Let me see if I can do this for you. Yeah, there. Let me see. Okay, so you see these triangles right here? So you picture your triangles like this. Okay, these are actually in your back. You have these two things in your back called, I think they're called scapulas, but they're in the back just like this on the other side of your shoulder blade. But we're just gonna move them to the front to help us to position our shoulders, right? So if you have two of these, one on each shoulder, like this, then you don't get lost about where to. So you can just put your shirt and you know where your shoulders are gonna go to. See? And then you can see how if you go to the middle of that triangle, when you come down and go back into it, you could, and then drop this shape down here. And from here, you can see this is where your arms will go, right? And if you have your chest muscle or whatever, right? All right, but you can see the natural curve. And with these triangles, they can be up or down, right? So you can draw them at a different angle. Let's say the triangles are like this. So now your shoulders will naturally take a curve like that. So you can just turn the triangle to do different things. You can drop them down here, right? And you see the angle is taking to my head. So that to be the angle for your shoulders. Okay. All right. So anyway, we got that part. So now this is also cool because it has we have our ears, right? So let's say he got some ears that kind of sink into the head here, right? Just like that. And then he got this big, huge chrome dome that goes around that shape. Okay, you see how it kind of looks like him right now. It doesn't matter about me doing perfect eyes. If I want to do them like they are in the picture, all right. Well, it's neither here nor there because you're thinking about like what gesture or what their face is feeling. Again, like remember how we said about the body? That's why I incorporate a lot about what I'm learning about the body into my faces, okay? But since I've drawn so many faces, that's why this seems like this is more second nature to me than drawing that. You know, like, and even when if I were to draw those bodies, I wouldn't draw those bodies as realistically as they are in those pictures because those are more like comic book artists. You know what I mean? So you have animation guys, and then you have people that like to draw real life stuff and with all the muscles. They know what muscle goes everywhere in the body, and that comes from a tremendous amount of study. Study I don't have time for because I'm a full-time dad, right? I just want to draw some cartoons of people, right? All right, so look, let's say we could do whatever we want. We could take these and do this and be done with the picture, right? That looks like him, right? Or we could erase that out, right? And we can take that same shape and we can go, let's say smaller. Let's do another circle inside of that one, okay? And we can do like this. We can use my triangle technique. I draw two triangles. Now, if you see here, it looks a little bit more like the picture, right? And then this outside circle is going to serve as where I can define the eye a little bit more. Right? To make it a little bit more like the photo. Okay? It's all up to you what you want to do, but you have to get all this stuff out of here, around it. You know what I mean? So let me give you a life analogy, right? Sports. Okay? LeBron James had a good team this year. They went far in the playoffs. And yes, he's one of the greatest players on the planet, might be the best on the planet. Let's say he is. However, you can't win a game without the team. If you have a really good team around you, you can kind of, you're going to win still. You have a better chance of winning than if it's just relying on the person in the middle. So if I'm relying on this only, which is the center of my face, the center of my team, my eyes, for instance, I'm relying on my eyes, to make the picture for me here, then my caricature is going to be unsuccessful. But if you allow if you get the other things to help out with it, even if you change that one aspect to something else, because your eyes literally change to reflect what you're feeling. So is he going to look like he does in his picture every day? No. One day he might come to work because he just had an argument with his wife before he left home. He's pissed. He might come into work looking like this. Super annoyed. Ugh. Right? I don't know. That looks more like he's taking a crap, but he might come to work looking like this. So does that mean that's not him? No, it just means it's a different way he feels in this picture. And that's the cool thing about That's the way it feels about animation or cartoons. It's your expression, So I want to go back to that question and revisit, Rebecca. You said, well, which one is better to learn? And I think, which one do you enjoy the most? And don't think about it like a competition. Like some artists are very, if you don't, if you don't do it this way, if you don't draw the the miraculous, thraculous, matraculous, if you don't draw this that way, it's beneath us, and you cannot be inducted into the Cartoon Hall of Fame. You have those type of artists, and to them I say, I don't want to be in the Cartoon Hall of Fame or the Comic Book Hall of Fame. I just want to draw some stuff, right? And there's a variety of artists and a variety of ways to approach art, and that's what makes art so beautiful. Because if we were all the same, right, we wouldn't get along. That's what me and my wife say all the time. If I was the same as my wife, we would fight all the time. You know what I mean? Because she's her way and I'm my, then I would be like, oh yeah, and then too much of anything is just bad. Did you know that you could drink too much water and kill yourself? Yep, it can happen, right? So you got to have something other than water sometimes. So anyway, let's do another cartoon. You guys game? And don't forget, guys, tips are awesome. If you're not tipping, if you're not tipping, you tripping. I don't know. All right, let's see. Okay, that's my little spray can there. All right, let me see here. Let's go to another guy here. All right. Let's go with Loki. And we can do guys in any kind of way, right? Let's look at this guy. Check this out. Okay, so we got this guy right here, right? Let's look at his face. Now look how determined he looks, right? You would think, how can I draw a cartoon of that, right? Well, this is real easy. The face is just so. All right, look. Again, we got our features on, right? Okay. Now, once I have my features on, I'm going to turn the corner here. Think about it like a slice of a box that I'm using. And in that box, in that slice of box, right? Okay. Now I can see, look, boom, right here. Okay. I can see his eye, right? And then I'm doing, look at this, look at the intensity, right? And I got my circles in there, right? And he's doing like that, right? Now I'm using these to help me, right? And then look over here. Right? See what I'm saying? Then I'm coming over here. Watch this. I'm doing something like this. Let's say I want to do a little longness here. Okay, because you can see that this is literally the side of the box. Okay. I might make this a little bit drop down, and then I might add a little length to it, right? And so I'm always aware of where my front of my box is. See right here, this is the front right here. You know what I'm saying? This is where the front is, right? So we know that all of this stuff is happening in between here somewhere. So this might be going into the front of the face, but it's coming from over here in that box over there. See? And then we just draw these. I just go with it on the hair. Right? And we can see here, the hair is coming from, because we got our neck right here, right? Which is natural, right? And then we got this part coming up here and then kind of flowing out back here, okay? So this is a quick little interpretation, right? Then we got this. Right? Okay. And then we got our, remember we got our big triangle here. This will be a big one and this will be a little one. So we can see where everything kind of comes off from, right? The neck's going down in here, right? So we can see this will be where everything is going to. See? Okay. He looks very scary. And he is scary, Rebecca. He's very scary. Right? Okay. So this feature zone very powerful tool to understand. Let me sharpen my pencils. And we can go to our next one, right? Do that nose a little bit different. I could have, even though it still looks like his nose, because it's nice and small. I think just do like that, like that. Yeah. Maybe just a little bit of it showing over here. There we go. Okay, let me see here. All right, guys, and we're going to, in just a little bit here, we're going to be doing our word of the day. Sometimes my caricatures have those without trying. Those? I'm not understanding what those are. Oh. Talking about the mean look. Let's try this guy right here. All right, so again, I basically where that comes from is me just looking at my head like this. So this would be my head looking that way, right? So what I would do here, I'm going to draw this nose really big in relation to my head. Maybe I'll give him some huge ear shapes. Okay. And here let's put some little eyes in here. So something like this. So you can see where the head is. And the shape outside of it would be the roundness around the eye. Here I can do this. All right. That right. See, like that. And then we have that part right there. All right. Okay. And so now what we're doing is we can do this here. And draw a little teardrop shape here. So this would be like my chin. And then I might come down here. This doesn't naturally connect, so you want to leave that area open. And you can see here that this is, or actually it'll be more like this because he got a rounder face, but this would represent the side of the face, right? Okay, so what are we doing here? We're basically wrapping a shape around the head like this, just like that. That's basically what a hat is. It's a shape going around the head, right? And once it's around the head, then you feed off of it, and you come around and you make your little hat right there. See, this is the underside of the hat. This is the side going in the front right here, right? And then obviously this is the side of his head. So you can see this is where his little sideburns will be at, right? Right. And I could have made his neck a little smaller than that. I think just because it's a cartoon, I'll make it smaller, like this. And then look at his triangles. His triangles have curves on the outside, like this. This one's a little bit bigger. So now I can see where his suspenders are coming from, right? And then it helps me to draw a more accurate depiction of his posture, all that stuff like that, right? All right, Rebecca, have a great evening now. Thank you for coming out. All right, so, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to go into our word of the day. We've done quite a bit of drawing today. Hope that you were able to learn something today from the live stream. So I'm going to put some I'll be right back message here. And then from there we'll go ahead and do our word of the day. Right? Okay. So I'll be right back, guys. Give me just a moment and we'll get into our word of the day. All right, guys. Welcome back to the stream. We're going to go ahead and get into our word of the day. So I'm going to start off my word of the day by drawing some little dollar sign money, right? We're going to put some of that down there, right? Because, you know, I think that at the end of the day, right, we need it. We need money for bills and we need money for all kinds of stuff, you know? It's just a part of life. And not only is it a part of our life, it serves so many purposes. I believe that God gave us this as a means of maybe even communication with one another. There's certain people and places and things that you have never been to, experienced, or people that you would have never even talked to had it not been for the fact that you need this, right? So that might be at work. You might have gave to someone that, so giving, I guess we can put that might cause us to communicate, right, with one another. And then kind of the list goes on and on about how communication is merely money is merely a means of helping others, right? Because because why? Because no matter how much money, how much of it we get, we only get it for the purpose of giving it away. So there's a lot of reasons that we need it. So today, my word of the day. Again, first of all, let's stop there. Let me put this out there. I'm not just like drawing. I'm not teaching you how to draw here. I'm rather sharing with you how I'm teaching myself how to draw. And then you're here with me and you're learning but I'm teaching myself and I'm sharing with you my teaching time. So I'm teaching you the things that I do to go forward in my art. I am sharing with you personal time so that I may benefit and those around me may benefit by seeing the example that I set. They can look at my artwork, those that have been here with me for years, as some that have attended my stream for years, and they've seen my beginnings and they've seen me walk down the road of art, and then they've seen the improvements in my art based off of what I'm showing you or what I'm sharing with you here on the stream. I believe that we should never stop learning. We should learn all the way to the end of our time here, because that is, as long as you're learning something, you feel purpose. The moment that you get to this place in life where life has nothing to offer you and you're just you're just bored with everything, nothing fascinates you anymore, you stop wanting to live, and then you start treating those around you like that. So I'm sharing with you this today because it's something that I want to teach myself. And then if you find information that I'm sharing with you to be fruitful for yourself, then by all means implement it into your life. Because I can't make those type of decisions for you. Because I'm going to tell you one thing about advice and all that kind of stuff. Everybody has advice to give you. But not everybody's advice is beneficial for you. So you should test and see, like the scripture says. The scripture says to taste and see and test and see if that is good first. You're supposed to test information and see, and try it for your own life and, see what works for you. I can teach you a bunch of different things today. We talked about bodies and how to draw them, and some people learn to draw bodies and they learn with the rib cage and they learn with the middle part and they learn with the basic body parts, and then they just start. This is how they learn to draw a body, right? Some people learn by taking the dollar sign and doing that, and then they add things to it, and then they make the body into the body like that, right? That might be something different, right? Some people learn by using the pillows that I was telling you about earlier, where you take a pillow and then you just add stuff to the pillow, and you can make bodies like that. It all depends on how your mind wraps around it. You know what I mean? It's not about this is a little crazy. It's not about one way. It's about which way works for you, right? All right, so today's word of the day is cast just a glance at riches. We need money. We need it to communicate. We need it. It's currency, which means it's meant to flow. That's the very word. Currency means current. Like think water. Water don't stay in one place. Water goes from one place to another place to another place to another place, right? And so if you think about it, currency makes us as human beings go from one place to another place to another place to another place, right? And if current is uncontrolled, well, then it can kill somebody. Think about tsunamis, okay? Current uncontrolled. Splashes up and it kills a bunch of people, hurts people, right? So water can be your best friend. It can also kill you. Money can be your best friend. It could also get you killed, okay? So let me share my devotional. If you guys have your Bible handy, you can go to the book of Proverbs with me. I love this book. My mother always taught me when we first started reading the Bible to read the book of Proverbs because it was full of things that you could immediately implement into your life versus other books are written and they tell stories and they have different people they can it takes time to maybe decipher that information and wisdom to know to for God to reveal to you what he's trying to say in that particular scripture. But these are direct directives that you can implement into your life where you would see immediate improvement in the way that your life is flowing because of different things. One of the biggest things for me was like learning not to talk too much. I had to learn that. I didn't know that if you can't control your mouth, right, you can't control no other part of your life. If your mouth is out of control, your life is probably out of control too. It's very hard to control that. And then one of the things that said that it was saying that about the book of Proverbs taught me that even if you even a person that doesn't know anything, if they're quiet, they seem wise to everybody else. So even if you're not knowledgeable on something, if you sit there and listen and you don't really say a lot, but you listen, they'll think that you're wise just because you're quiet. But a person that goes around just blurting out their opinions is foolish. Even if sometimes you have something to say that is right, technically right. It's right. If you look it up in Webster or some kind of book, what you're saying is right. But is it the time to say it? Are you delivering it the correct way, right? All that kind of stuff is things that need to be considered before you open your mouth. So common sense directives. This one is about riches. So if you'll go to Proverbs 23:5, it says, don't wear yourself out trying to be rich. Be wise enough to know when to quit. That's one of the hardest lessons to learn because of the power that money can have over you and the power of like seeing everybody else look like they're having fun around you, or seeing somebody with a new car, seeing somebody with the house you want, seeing somebody someplace you want to go when you just don't, seeing someone else's apartment or house when you go in there and you're like, whoa, I need to step my game up, right? All these things, the devil uses to pull our mind, and we can get so zoned out on wanting to have those things that we don't care who we hurt in order to get those things. So money could be once again currency, uncontrolled, which that's what money is, right? So we think currency, we think water, right? And the current is going that way, right? But if it's uncontrolled current, then it becomes these great big waves and misbehaviors and all this stuff in the current, and then it's going too fast and too uncontrolled, and so your life gets out of control and things get hurt and people get hurt because you're a hurricane, right? Instead of water or flowing water or a gentle stream, right? This is more how our life is supposed to go. We're never supposed to let our life get like this because we want money, because it's just stressful. Not to mention, that's just not what God wants for our life, because again, we'll find ourselves in some crazy situations because of that. But let me read this. It says, many of us fall into the trap of thinking that the more money we have, the better life will be. How many times do you have to see that that's not true? Now, I don't like to bring up, I'm not want to give my opinion about like people's lives and their opinions on that, but I will say this. Steve Jobs, I read his story before, and he was a billionaire when he died, but he was unhappy while he was living. John Morant, I saw a post he put up one day, and the post had him sitting on the floor with his basketball shoes and his hair looking at everything, and he's an NBA star. If you guys don't know who he is, he's worth millions and a bright future and all that kind of stuff. And he was saying in the quote, he said, "Why is it that I can buy anything that I want, excuse me, but I'm still unhappy?" And it's over and over again. And the people that you see think about everybody. Think about the people that you see online on social media that got a bunch of money and they're unhappy. The first sign that someone's unhappy is when they have to show everybody else how much money they have. I need to take a picture with my money. I need to show you what I'm doing with this money. I need to show you this. I need to show you all of my, you know what I mean? That is a person that is living in mental hell and all kinds of other hell. The Bible says it's easy for a camel to squeeze through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to inherit the kingdom of God. As a father, I have children. I have 4 children. And, one of the things being in ministry, I hear some of the men say, I pay attention, to what things are going on in the world and different things because, I want to be knowledgeable in those areas. And they feel like sacrificing for that. That's why they don't want to be married, because they feel like if I make my money, why should I have to give it to them? Why should I have to give it? Why should I have to support other people when it could just be me and my fun? Why should I have to sow into the life of a child or anybody else other than myself? That's the number one reason. Whether it's their wife, why should it be that? Why you think marriage and relationships are all on a whole nother level now? It's like way crazy because everybody's living life like a hurricane. It's no longer currency, money. It's a hurricane. This money and the things that you can do to make money. People are making mockeries of themselves and doing just about anything. The other day, a young man that was pranking people just to get views got himself killed. So sometimes we can think that money, the more we have, the better life will be. We buy the lie that it will soothe the stress of our marriages and homes. God, the other day I saw he came home. He was a trucker. He's a real good guy. He came home, his wife was cheating on him. He couldn't understand why. I sat and listened to it longer. Then he said this. He says, I'm the provider of my home. I have to go over the road for sometimes weeks at a time, but I make sure that my wife and my kids have everything that they need financially. I'm not out here doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing, right? And I said, whoa, time out. You said you go out on the road for weeks at a time and that you're providing for them financially, but that's the only way you're providing for them. And if you don't know nothing, if you don't know anything about woman, right? You don't know nothing about relationships. You don't even say woman. Relationships must be nurtured. That means that you got to be around each other. You got to be in constant communication with each other. You got to physically see one another. You got to spend time with this person. As a married man, I'm not finna take no job where I got to be gone for 3 and 4 weeks at a time. I'm not doing it because you can't do that. That job is for somebody else. That's for a single dude. If you single and you out there, but if you out on the road and you a trucker, come on, man. Let's just be for real. You know what you out there doing, right? You know what you out there doing. If you ain't doing one thing, you're doing another. You're doing something because that job is designed for a person that wants to be in complete solitude and isolation. When you want to go, anything where you got to go and be away from your family for a long time, just realize when you sign that contract for that money, you taking the risk that your wife or your husband going to cheat. Because we just human beings. As soon as somebody come and give them that actual attention, not the money, but the actual attention. Another situation, my wife used to work in a senior facility. Do you know what the senior facilities are full of? Old people that had a bunch of money that never spent time with their kids, and now their kids just threw them in a nursing home. That's what a lot of the people that are in the nursing facilities are. People that only cared about themselves their whole life. And when they got old, nobody cared about them because they didn't care about nobody else. That's who's in nursing facilities. I got to sit and talk with these people, and that's what they would, share their stories with. Man, I got kids, and I got this, and I got that, you know. And one lady in particular, I can remember her sharing with us that her kids didn't want to be around her so much that they told her, she's like, we don't even want you to leave nothing to us. We don't want none of your money. Find somebody else to leave it to. We don't need it. We don't need you. We don't need your money. We don't need nothing. Have a nice life in this nursing home because we never coming to see you. Okay? That's how bad it was. My neighbor one time, I can remember his daughter, we had to go in the house one time, and not here, but when I used to live in San Antonio, they were an older couple, and all this man cared about was money. When he would see me in the yard, he was older, and he would come outside. I remember when we first moved in, he pulled up. I pulled up. He came outside and showed me a wad of money. He says, "Yeah, when you got this," and he got a cane in one hand, and he said, "Yeah, we got money like this. Yeah, we had to worry about that." Right? That was his whole mentality. I remember his daughter told him one day when we had to come in the house and pick him up off the floor one time because he couldn't get up. He was and his daughter was so mad at him, and she said, "Dad," one day she said, "You and your money can go straight to hell." You know what I mean? And she left, and she was mad. She was like, that's all you talked about your whole life. That's all you did. And you thought you was giving us something, but you never gave us no time. Guess what? I'm not finna make that mistake with my family. I'm teaching myself today. I'm not gonna make that mistake with my family. I'm not gonna take no job where I gotta be gone on time. I'll make another way. There is another way. You just don't want to go the other way. You're not willing to sacrifice what your dreams and your goal is for your family. You can't be in a family unless you think team. I want my boys and my daughters, and my sons and my daughters to want to talk to me when they get older. I want them to say, you know what? Dad was here. He might not have been rich. He might not have, but he did what he had to do, but he was here. And he sat and he talked to us about life. And he showed me this, and he went bike riding with me. He did this and he did that with us. I want them, my kids and my wife, to remember me this way, So it says, again, we buy the lie that it will soothe the stress in our marriages and homes. The kids' attitudes wouldn't be so disgruntled. We could move to a better neighborhood. Listen, these are the excuses. Our kids wouldn't be so mad if we had more money, right? If we had more money, we could move to a better neighborhood. One without so much trouble and temptation. I would finally have time to live my dreams and be free to become the person I know I can be. And then it says, yeah, right. Sure. That's what you say now. You think that that's what you want to do. And then and once again, once you start that hurricane going, right? I know many of guys that get, they come up and they leave their family straight up. I got all this money now. I don't need what I need a family for, what I can go out here and have it my way. I'd rather pay you some money and then leave my kids. It says money will never give you true security because of its very nature. Money is insecure, which means its very nature. That means today, look, there were all throughout the country right now, I'm sure as you're aware, and I've been in prayer for these people, but there have been a lot of tornadoes. And these people, could you imagine? They thought they were secure. They had their house. Some of them had their money and retirements and, all this, and they were set. Nobody could plan for something like that to happen. You were just sitting home one day. There was no warning. Right? And if it's not a tornado, it's people dying. These shootings and stuff that are happening. People don't want to go out in public. You could just be somewhere one day, right? And it's over with. Money ain't no security in that. There is no security. The only security there is in God and belief in Jesus Christ. It's the only security that there is. right? That's the only mental peace that I have in my life, is that this is all for a greater purpose and something bigger than me. Because my wife could leave, my kids could leave, anything at any moment can happen. Most of the time, most of the stuff that we're so worried about are things that are going to pass away anyway, things that we're going to eventually lose. No matter how much money you got, you're going to lose it. Even your life is going to be taken one day, because everybody got to die one time. The wise man warns that riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. You can have money today and tomorrow be broke. Interesting fact, 80% of NBA players wind up broke after they leave the NBA. People that have millions of dollars. And many of us say, if I just had 1 million, I would never. Yeah, right. All depends. But once you got that money and you don't have God and you don't have it'll look what's happening right now in with the celebrities from back in the day. I don't want to talk about anybody in particular, but this gentleman here, he has had all that money. Now look at the big trouble he's in. Y'all can put that together. In Proverbs 23:5, it says, money attracts friends by the dozens who are more than happy to help you put it to good use. So when you get money, you get a bunch of fake people around you. You think they love you? Nope. Because not only does money don't just affect you in the hurricane, money affects everything in your life. And the more it's in your life, the more turmoil is going to be around your life. Just think about why people don't want, when you hit the lottery, they be like, I want to remain anonymous. They know why. Because the very person right next to you, it could be your wife. I've seen kids kill their parents for an inheritance. How could you do something like this? But I read it several times, not just once. Kids want to flex and they want to be ballers, and they want to be shot callers, and they go and their parents give them, they know they got an inheritance from their parents, and these kids, they're in prison for the rest of their life because they got caught, but they were stupid enough to kill their parents all for some money so they could get some money from their parents. It's absurd. It's just out of control. I cannot allow money to do that to me. But anyway, money attracts by the dozens, friends by the dozens who are more than happy to help you put it to good use. An emergency can exhaust abundant savings in a matter of weeks. So you got a little money saved up. Oh, we got 50,000, we got 100,000, we got 70,000. Something can happen overnight and wipe you out. Now you might turn the channel and don't want to hear what I'm trying to say. See, when I start talking about the word of the day, everybody break out. They want to hear about the drawing part, but this is real life. Oftentimes, we can choose foolishness over wisdom. This is what really can happen. Swindlers, listen, are always scheming, and thieves ever lying in wait. People waiting to catch you slipping. And it be the ones that's closest to you that's doing it. It ain't even a stranger. You know how many people get jealous of their friends because their friends got money or something? They get jealous of them. Look what happened to that rapper. I had to draw him one time, so I looked it up. Extension. His own homeboys killed him behind some money, and he was a nice guy. He seemed to be a nice kid. You know what I'm saying? I seen some video. He seemed to be a guy that wanted to have fun and would look out for people. Seemed like a guy that would look out for people. I could see why people liked him so much. You know, he just seemed like a all right guy. You know what I mean? I mean, he was doing his rap thing or whatever, but he just seemed. But his own homeboys did that to him. Not nobody in the street. The one that was right next to him killed him behind his money. Investments can go bad and economies can collapse overnight. Got some investments. Look at what happened to Bernie Madoff. All those people that had all that money. Life savings. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Oh, we got 500,000, we got 600, we got $1 million in an investment account. So they thought. This man was taken from robbing Peter to pay Paul. Made them think that they had all this money. Come to find out he was robbing them blind. Some of you right now watching this could be very well happening in your life right now. You don't know. That's why you can't put your faith in it. It says that's why we are urged to show the wisdom of restraint and not wear ourselves out to become rich with things that do not last. I'd rather spend time with my family than be at work all day. We can provide, we can be happy, we can be responsible for what we do make and what we do have. But I enjoy being able to get up and go play with my kids and take them to the park. The other day I took my son we always went to McDonald's and we was playing in the little McDonald's play area. You know, I have fun. My daughter would sit up and we just be talking about something. I have fun. Me and my oldest daughter, we sit on the phone, we'll talk or whatever. I have fun. You know what I'm saying? You better learn how to enjoy the little things in life. It says what we need to do is to live life. What we need to do is not to live beyond our means. It says here, I'm not saying that we go all crazy with credit and dig a hole. I'm saying that we should live above mere material things and learn. And let me rephrase that, what it said. It says what we need to do is to live beyond our means. We need to live beyond our means. Let me listen to how it says it. It says, no, I am not suggesting that we go crazy with credit and dig a hole of debt. What I'm saying is that we should live above mere material possessions and learn to stop looking to stuff for a sense of security it can never supply. Houses, cars, all this stuff, it cannot give you security. It is not security. Real security is in a rewarding relationship with the giver of every gift, not the gift of itself. So our real security comes from our relationship with God. That's the security. That's what's going to bring us that peace, because that's something that can't be taken away. It says, do not store up your treasures here on earth, where rust and moth can get to them and thieves can break in and steal it and take it away from you. But store your treasures in heaven with God. Your spiritual life should be way more important to you than your life with these things here. The problem is, I think sometimes we think this is it, that we ain't going to have to answer for things that we do in life. And it's just a big mistake to think that way. It is in having hope that no one can heist, finding peace that can't be plucked away from your grasp, and gaining a sense of satisfaction that circumstances cannot take away. So maybe you ain't got but a little bit left, but you got food on the table and you got your family there. And y'all can figure it out as you go along. And you might think that's a horrible way to live because you've been watching too many videos about everybody that's lying to you about how happy they are in their life because they got this, that, and the other thing. But if you really sit back and watch these individuals, right, they're not happy. They're not happy. Every time I look at those Kardashian girls and stuff, Kanye West and all this, these people are not happy. I don't see no happiness in their face. I don't see it. I don't see no happiness. I mean, beyond what they're showing us on, let's say doing it off of film, I don't see it. And there's certain things you just don't do when you're happy. You don't exploit other people. You lift up and help other people. Hell, you smile. And you genuinely smile. So I pray for them because I want them to be happy. But sometimes, I mean, we just put in situations where, I mean, we mentally put ourselves in situations where we can no longer see the truth about anything. And we just learn to be content in our unhappiness. I know I read one time where it said it was in Ecclesiastes about, what does it matter if you live 100 years and you live 100 years but in hell, mental hell, every day. It's better to have a short, happy life than a long, miserable one. In the end here, and I'm done, guys, it says take a few moments of meditation to carefully examine your relationship with money. Be honest with yourself. If your desire for material things, is your desire, for material things forcing you to forfeit time with your loved ones? Think about that. I'm thinking about that. Are you falling behind spiritually in order to get ahead materially? I don't have time for church, or I don't have time to read my Bible. I don't have time for these things. I have to work. I gotta work. I gotta work. I gotta work. I gotta hustle. Gotta hustle. Every day I'm hustling. Is that what your theme song is? Has your love for money become the root of some of the evil in your life? What are you doing to get that money? What are you really doing to get that money that you're getting? Now, again, somebody with no soul and no spirit, they don't care what I'm talking about today. But ask yourself those questions. Because one day you're going to have to answer. We're going to have to answer for what we do. And then at the end it says, pray to be purged of the spirit of materialism and to renew your mindset on money. There was a reason God sent me to this today. Recommit yourself to seeking true security in the things that no moth can destroy, no rust can corrupt, and no thief can steal. Just cast a glance at riches, but don't let them become the reason for your existence. That's our word of the day. So I want to thank you guys for coming out today. I hope that you enjoyed both segments of the stream. We had our art stream. We had our word of the day. This is my practice time. that I'm sharing with you, my personal time, my personal practice. This is how I learn to draw. I experiment with different things and find out what works for me, what I can understand, find ways to wrap my mind around things. And believe me, you ain't going to get good unless you're doing. You're not going to improve unless you sit down and you do this all the time. You'll never improve spiritually unless you sit down and you spend time with God, and you do it frequently. The more frequently you spend time with God, the more you'll understand things that are spiritual. The more you spend time with the world, the more you will become lost. So thank you guys for coming out. My next stream will be on Saturday. And other than that, guys, that's all I got for you today. Don't forget, check out our Patreon page. If you guys have not seen our Patreon, check it out. And again, guys, if you felt like you benefited from the information today, tips or donations are appreciated. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right, guys, you have a blessed and awesome day, and I'll see you next time.
Dad.